Alright everyone, and welcome to Vettel Career. In the previous race, well, I really suggest you go back and watch it if you haven't already, as Vettel took his first win of his career at the Monaco Grand Prix, and yeah, it was his first pole as well that weekend as well, and it's really made an impact on the championship stand there. He's only 20 points behind Michael Schumacher, and yeah, only 19 behind Alonso, so yeah, I think it's still all to play for really, as we head to the British Grand Prix now then at Silverstone. And in Q1 he only got through by 0.04 of a second, you see there. Barrichello, a big name dropout there in Q1, you see there, and into Q2 then, and a big mistake there from him into Cop's corner on the very first corner of the lap, losing his rear wing, setting back a lot in that session, and yeah, it was a long time before he could set a competitive time in this session then, and he comes across the line now then, and the Q3 time is a 20.6, but he only does a 21.5 there, so he's nearly a second off where he needs to be really at this stage. And on his next lap time now then, you see clean there, his teammate is on the bubble right now, so it's Vettel needs to improve and knock his teammate down, but he only improves to a 20.8, which is still about 3.5 tenths off then. He's only 13th, and he ran out of fuel at that stage, and now on his final run he didn't have enough time to finish the lap, and it was raining, so yeah, he then bins it at turn 1. So yeah, really not a good Q2 at all for Vettel, and he is out then of qualifying, only 13th on the grid. With how about that, Christian Klein getting through then in the Red Bull. I'm not sure the Austrian team were expecting that one then. As we go to the grid now then, it's Mark Webber then who takes pole position for the Williams team, their home race of course, and well, what a surprise for them then. On pole position, Felipe Massa there, up there in second place in the Ferrari. He's not had a good season at all, but yeah, real chance for him to deliver today. Button third then, and yeah, he'll be looking to impress the home crowd as well. Then you got Alonso and Schumacher 4th and 5th, got 2 Schumacher brothers up there on row 3. Strong qualifying run there for Toys, really both their cars in the top 10. Christian Klein up there in 9th, head of Giancarlo Fisichella runner there, so impressive qualifying from him, with Montoya and Vettel then further down there than they would have hoped. Vettel, Rosberg even, and Heidfeld there 14th, 15th. Scott Speed there getting through to Q2. That's quite a rarity for him, and yeah, looking further down it was the usual cars at the back. Here we are then on the grid, and yeah, Vettel with a lot lower to do today from 13th place. Got lights coming on now, and away they go then at Silverstone, and Montoya covering that outside line straight away, but then he moves back across and Vettel retakes that racing line. He's going to try and go around the outside of Villeneuve and Montoya here. It looks like he's passed Montoya though. He's up into 12th place, so a good start from there, and he can go after Villeneuve now. That should be one of the ones he should be picking off pretty easily. A little bit of contact ahead though. I think it might have been Klein and Fisichella coming into contact there, and through the Beckett's corner now then, and Vettel not particularly quick through there. I thought he might have got a better run there on Villeneuve, but in fact it looks like Montoya's coming back at him here, and he's got Barrichello who's made a good start there from 17th as well, so into Stoke corner then, and Vettel just runs a little bit too wide there, and he's allowed both Montoya and Barrichello to get through, so his back stands at 14th place then, and into Vale then, and Rosberg coming up his inside as well then. They bang wheels slightly, but meanwhile Barrichello running wide in club and allowing Vettel back through to take that 13th place. There's a really frantic first lap here then, passes going on left, right and centre, and Vettel back where he started then, 13th place, going to try and go on the outside of Montoya into Abbey, but it didn't quite work for him there, and he was just too far back to make the move, and really not the best line to be pulling off a pass into that corner. So yeah, Vettel then, as I say, back to where he started, and we go into Luffield now I believe it is, and Montoya there time at the inside of Villeneuve there, up into 11th place for him. Then Vettel's going to try and do the same thing at the next corner then, that was Luffield I think, and yeah, up into 12th place for him. Then he crosses the line then to start the second lap. He's only gained 1 place then, which isn't ideal, but still a long way to go in this race. As he heads into turn 1, he's hit the inside barrier, similar to what he did in qualifying, and that's lost him a lot of places. Luckily he's avoided the barrier there on the far side, but he's down to 19th place. It's going to be a long drive for him now then, and wow, to think at the last race he was leading comfortably, and round the outside then he's going to try and get past Christian Albers, and later on in that lap he's really going to have to try and get a move on now then, and pick off his places as quick as possible if he's going to get anything out of this race. He's passed Albers though quickly enough, and you'd think that the Toro Rossos would be getting out of his way pretty quickly here then. Of course they're all in this together I guess you could say, but He's not having too much of an easy time, but then Scott Speed fairly slow on the exit of the Beckett's corner there, so he's up in 17th place, and then he's trying to go around the outside of Liuzzi here, then into Abbey chicane, but once again just not the right line for that corner. So he follows in through the bridge now. He might get a good run here, then into Priory, and in fact that's exactly what he's done. And what a move that was then. Liuzzi left a little gap and Vettel went for it as a brave move there. And you're going to see a replay of that one now then. And yeah, you can see it really was a gutsy move there. He clipped the inside grass slightly, but it was a legitimate move there. And yeah, very good one up into 16th place then. Still a long way for him to go though, if he's going to get anywhere near a decent result today. So he's caught to Heidfeld then, and he's just so much quicker than him through that Nuggets and Beckett's complex, and he's past him by the time they get out onto the hangar straight then, so that's 15th place from there. And I was looking at his other fellow compatriot, Nico Rosberg then, and he's lining him up now towards Abbey chicane, and he's got the inside line this time. That's the line he wants to have, and he's up into 14th place then. So yeah, some good moves here being pulled off then, and he's making quick progress, which is exactly what he needs to do. On to lap 6 now then. He's looking at Jack Villeneuve, and once again the Red Bull completely superior to the BMW Sauber there, and once again he's passed the car before they even get out onto the hangar straight then. So we skip to lap 7 now then, and as cars coming into the pits and already we see Vettel's teammate there clearing, as well as Button and Alonso, and so certainly a chance here for Vettel to gain some places in the points, and if cars are coming in already, and we're only on lap 8 in fact, so yeah, he should be hopefully getting some places then during his pit stop phase. We see there Barrichello coming in on the next lap. I think a few more will be coming in as well. See Michael Schumacher there, as well as Mark Webber, I think it was there, who of course started on pole position, we can't forget. So yeah, Vettel got a good chance of making up some positions here then. He's got his pit in lap on the end of this one, and yeah, he comes in now then. He was up into 7th place, and of course because of people coming in, Montoya that up ahead is pitted as well. And yeah, Vettel's catching Montoya and Barrichello before the pit stopped. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out in regards to them. It's Massa there, released right into his path, and well into his own garage now comes Vettel then. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against the McLaren mechanics here then in the stops, as well as Barrichello who's already been out there. And Vettel then rejoins, and he's only just behind Montoya then, so yeah, that's worked out very well for him. But as they come out the pits then, oh, Montoya's been caught napping, and Vettel at the inside of him. I don't know if that was really a legitimate move, but he's past Montoya then, coming out of the pits. He's up into 11th place, and well, that was a bit of a cheeky move there. And well, we've seen the rivalry between them this season. There's been a lot of respect from out on track. They've had some clean battles, but I wonder if that little move there may have opened some old wounds, but we'll have to wait and find out then, as Vettel getting away with that move, and he's made up that place. And yeah, not a lot happening after this, because sort of the front group had pulled up quite a lot by this stage, and of course the pit stop phase helped that a lot. But Vettel then in 10th place, and after those pit stops, and it took him until the penultimate lap to catch his group here. We've got Ralf Schumacher here, then in the Toyota he's leading Button and Fisichella, and Vettel's now brought to the back of him. Montoya and Barrichello went far behind either, and Vettel knew that he had to get past Fisichella pretty quickly if he wanted to try and get a point here in these final lap and a half. Into the average chicane, he's clipped the back of the Renault, and he's, well, Fisichella's gone spinning, Vettel's got a damaged front wing, and well, only a lap to go. There's no point in pitting, but that's his chance of points gone. Then he's gonna struggle for front end grip for this final lap in a bit, and well, we see a replay of it now then, and Vettel just I think he might have just been a bit caught out. I'm not sure if Fisichella moved a little bit slightly in the braking zone. He certainly went to the inside a bit. I'm not sure if he did move back across onto the racing line slightly, and that's what caught out Vettel. But yeah, a bit of a mistake there from the Red Bull driver, and Fisichella dropped him down to 12th place then. He was already out of the points anyway, but yeah, really just summed up a miserable day for the Renault driver there. And of course we're on to the last lap now then, with Vettel in 9th place, not going to score any points today, and down towards Stowe then, and just no grip with that front wing damage, and Montoya and Barrichello come pass on the inside then, a repeated weapon on the first lap really, and into Vale, then Vettel, oh, just had insult to injury, he's clipped the back of Barrichello, he's spun it, and now Fisichella's back through anyway. So yeah, I mean they weren't going to score points anyway, but at least Fisichella's got that place back off Vettel now then, back up into 11th place. And well, we've certainly had the phrase 0 to hero, and well, this was 0 to 0 really for Vettel, and having taken pole in the win in Monaco. He's gone from 13th to 19th to 12th here then in Silverstone, and yeah, it's not been a great drive for Vettel at all. And yeah, that just shows how quickly things can change in Formula 1 then. And look at that then, Christian clearing right on his tail now then, the two Red Bulls. That's the closest we've seen him at the finish line all season then, as Vettel crosses the line then at Silverstone to take 12th place. Stop the press everyone. Felipe Massa has won a race after having a terrible season so far. He's only picked up 2 points finishes. I think he's like 12th in this championship going into this round, but he has won the British Grand Prix then, and that will really silence a lot of the critics there then. With Kimi Räikkönen second and Jarno Trulli taking a fantastic podium there for Toyota. He only started 7th I think on the grid, so very good from there, with the pole sitter Webber dropping to 4th in the end. Then you got the two main title contenders there, 5th and 6th for Alonso and Schumacher, and yeah, it was a few big names that not scoring points today, including Montoya, Barrichello, Fisichella, Vettel, all of them like 9th to 12th, and yeah, only a 10th and a half, less than a 10th and a half in fact, between the two Red Bull drivers at the checkered flag then, as of course clearing out qualified Vettel then this weekend. So yeah, maybe that gap shrinking a little bit then, as we see the two German drivers there of Rosberg and Heidfeld, only 14th and 15th for them, with then the three usual teams out the back. And there are the points then from today's race. Felipe Massa taking the full 10 points then. He's still not in the top 8 though. But Button and Trulli both move up today then, as does Kimi Räikkönen then past Vettel then, who drops back down to 24 points off the championship lead. Not really what he needed today. Massa then up to 9th place in with that win. And Fisichella then having a dismal season. We haven't really mentioned it, but he really is having a terrible one there, down in the 11th place. And looking further down, there's not been any changes down at the bottom of the championship then. We're now going to look ahead to the constructors any second now. And yep, Ferrari comfortably the best team then this weekend, and in fact they overtake Renault now at the top of the constructors standings then. So it looked like it was going to be a battle for second between McLaren and Ferrari, but well, Ferrari have taken the fight to Renault now then. So yeah, that's really good to see then, a fight for the top of the constructors then this season, because Renault just ran away with it last season. And yeah, not much really else happening in the constructors then today, but we're now going to head back to the motorhome then, and I'm guessing the atmosphere won't be too great, but the Red Bull team are happy enough. I think like the contract thing at the start of the season said expected position was 12th, so I guess he was right on target with that one then. And yeah, we're going to look ahead now to the Canadian Grand Prix, I guess. And yeah, world watching Scuderia Ferrari then, they must have won it last season. Of course, Vettel got a podium here for Toro Rosso last season, so of course he'll be looking to repeat that this season. But if you did enjoy this race, make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you next time for Canada. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.